गंधर्विक गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाए। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्टम विष्णु पार अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्रील गौर दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाए। नित्यानंद प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाए। श्री रूपानुकुर्य गुरु वर्ग की जाए। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जाए। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाए। नाम चय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाए। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाए। सर्व अभिष्ट विदग्ध गिरिराज महाराज की जाए। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाए। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाए। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाए। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाए। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाए। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाए। श्री उत्थान एकादशी तिथि की जाए। जय श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवा की जाए। ऊर्ज व्रत की जाए। ऊर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी श्री विश्वभानु नंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जाए। जय श्री भीष्म पंचक की जाए। नित्य जय श्री भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोसाई महाराज की जाए। जय श्री भक्ति बल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जाए। जय श्री भक्ति दयित माधव गोसाई महाराज की जाए। तदीय शुभ आविर्भाव तिथि की जाए। जय श्री गौर किशोर दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाए। तदीय शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि की जाए। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाए। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाए। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna. All right, sorry today I started very late. Um, yeah. Anyhow, we today I also like we're going to read an article by Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada about Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj. And then after that, I don't have a plan yet, but maybe we can read we could read something by Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, or we could read something by Śrīla Bhakti Ballabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, or maybe a little bit from both of them. Yeah, we'll figure that out once we finish this article by Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj. I'll share the article that we're reading. This was published in Rays of the Harmonist. Which issue? I forgot actually. Anyhow, we'll see what issue it came from soon at the end of the article. But I will share the link for it here in the chat. Anybody wants to? There, it's in the Zoom chat, and I'll also put it in the there. It's now on the YouTube and Facebook chat. And Hare Krishna, everybody. Gokuleshwari Didi, Kana Haladar, Yugal Kishore Kishori Didi, Nitai Mukeshji, and I see a few people on YouTube and Facebook. If you write a comment, I'll see your name. I'll know who you are. But Dandavat pranams, everybody. Okay, so let's begin. Actually, let's. I made this into an EPUB. So the link that you see on in the chat, um, you'll see here you can download the EPUB of this article. Okay. So Shri Gaura-kiśora, the deity of ideal renunciation, by Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And these are excerpts from a glorification of Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj on his disappearance day. Okay, so this is Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Okay. My Shri Guru Padma is not a teacher of any of the illusory subjects of this world, which are aimed only at enjoyment. Yet, at the same time, he alone is the indisputable genius in every subject in this world. Sadly, because I am deprived and fallen, because of my own weaknesses, not all of my Guru Padma's teachings have entered my heart. But in order to speak all the teachings that, by my Guru Padma's mercy, have somehow entered through the pathways of my ears, may I possess millions upon millions of tongues, millions upon millions of heads, and millions upon millions of years to live. Then I will sing about the unparalleled compassion and benevolence, the Amando Doya Doya of my Guru Padma throughout the unlimited universes, with millions and millions of tongues and millions of heads for millions and millions of years. Only then will I have truly performed Guru Puja. Only then will he be pleased with me and shower his perpetual blessings upon me, so that I can sing the glory of his matchless compassion with another million tongues. On that day, I will finally be liberated from singing about fleeting illusory matters. On that day, I will be released from the captivity of all the mundane teachings of this world. Rupanuga Guru. Considering my favorite worldly topics to be very important and valuable, I accept them deeply into my heart. Thus, I remain madly infatuated with the unconscious world. However, my Gurudev has repeatedly instructed, Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadah Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam. When will such a master as Sri Rupa, who has propagated and established the deepest desire of Sri Chaitanya Dev's heart throughout the world, personally give me the shelter of his lotus feet? When will I behold Sri Guru Padma's extraordinary transcendental beauty and take, when will I behold Sri Guru Padma's extraordinary transcendental beauty and take shelter single-mindedly at his beautiful feet? When will such a day be mine? I have heard from Sri Guru Padma that those who adopt this mentality are Rupanuga and are therefore very dear to Sri Gaurasundar. And as for those who even endeavor to become Rupanuga, Sri Brahma himself could not finish extolling their good fortune, even if he spent his entire life trying. Sri Guru Padma has eradicated all my doubts and instructed me on the matter of Nam Bhajan. Through this, I came to know that one should not disobey Guru. That is, one should not disobey Shrotavani, the divine message, which descends through the succession of bona fide gurus. Nor should one regard Guru Bhruva or so-called gurus as worshipful, and thereby disrespect Sri Guru Padma. One should know that without taking refuge of the non-dual absolute truth, Rajendra Nandan, there is no auspiciousness for the living entity. Give up everything and stay with me. My Gurudev, I am audacious to say. I am audacious to say, my Gurudev, is my heart so qualified that I can utter this? How exalted are even the toenails of my Guru? And where am I, a dwarf on the lowest platform? How can I even serve Guru Padma? While I sleep, I am robbed of Guru Padma's service. At that time, I remain deeply immersed in selfish pleasure, and I spend the rest of my time feeding and dressing myself. Being bereft of service to Guru Padma, I am unqualified, fallen, and weak. Therefore, had he not profusely showered me with his compassion, I would have even more aggressively exploited the very nature of his mercy than I was doing already. My Guru Padma is the ocean of mercy, and even one drop of his mercy can drown me in an ocean of bliss. Dandavat pranams, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj. Haribol. How merciful was he that he used to say, how merciful was he that he used to say to me, your scholarship, your purity, and your aristocracy, give it all up and come stay with me. You'll not have to go anywhere else. Whatever you need, a cottage, a house, a mansion, a palace, whatever scholarship and prestige you need, or whatever degree of self-control and renunciation you wish to attain, you will get it all by being here. Just come to me. Do not run here and there, impelled by desires like, I must have a nice home, I must find a good means to achieve material success, and I must become vastly learned. Do not aspire to achieve that what ordinary people value so much. I was a fearsome logician. But out of immense compassion, he kicked my pride aside. Thus he showed me his mercy. If I were to try to find the limit of his mercy, I would not succeed even if I continued searching for unlimited lifetimes. In fact, no one will ever find its limit. I am in no way qualified to introduce myself as his servant. Still, he has suffused me with the hope that I can identify myself as his servant. And through that hope, I can always stay alive. I used to feel that I was drowning in joylessness, nirananda, and that I was absorbed in so many temporary activities. It is clear that I am weak. So I felt that when my Sri Gurudev would disappear, I would go astray, for then I would not be able to hear his teachings. But today, many, many incarnations of Sri Guru Padma have mercifully presented themselves before me. And here Srila Prabhupada refers to his pure disciples, or Sat Shishyas, as incarnations of his Gurudev. They do kirtan in front of me. They read the Bhagavatam and explain it to me. When they reveal ever-fresh explanations in accordance with my Sri Guru Padma's heart, They bring life back to my dying body. Only because of this, I regain consciousness and attain the good fortune of hearing and speaking Harikatha 24 hours a day, every day. The ideal deity of renunciation. Renunciation is something I had only read about in stories or had read instructions on in books like Vairagya Shatak, 100 verses regarding renunciation, Shanti Shatak, 100 verses regarding peace, and Moha Mudgara, the hammer that demolishes illusion. But when the mercy of that most compassionate Lord Sri Krishna and of that most compassionate Karshna, Krishna's devotee, when they both fell upon me, the personification of Bhagavan's own renunciation, Vairagya, appeared before me. Although it is not possible for such renunciation to inhabit a human form, I nevertheless had the opportunity to see it in Sri Guru Padma. Yet, despite seeing him, I have somehow remained in the same darkness. My body gives me obstacles, and I am unable to serve Guru Padma 24 hours a day. The deity of ideal renunciation, whom I personally beheld, was not the embodiment of renunciation that merely demolishes illusion, nor of pretentious renunciation, Falgu Vairagya. The renunciation he embodied was replete with the pinnacle of service to Krishna, completely steeped in Mahabhav. May he whose renunciation extends not only to wealth and women, but to personal prestige as well, be my object of worship. I aspired for the lotus feet of such a Sri Guru, who would not accept even a single disciple. Still, I presented myself before him and begged for his mercy. He told me, I made one disciple previously, but that disciple cheated me and left. So I've decided not to make any more disciples. Although I was distressed by his reply, I made a firm vow. I will see how many times I am rejected, but without his mercy, I will not venture out into the world. He pulverized my pride. Oh, and Haribol, Nri Hariprabhu and Pavatarini Mataji. He pulverized my pride. When I came before that very Guru Padma, I could understand by his mercy that what I had considered to be the topmost ideal and the best way of life was to him the lowest of all. Although my ideal was extraordinary compared to the ideals of the people of this world, my Sri Guru Padma showed me one conception that was truly and absolutely transcendent. Prior to this revelation, I had studied many books by impersonalists expounding the idea of neti neti. The phrase not iti, or it is not this, is the answer to the question, is this Brahma? In other words, if someone seeks the absolute spirit through empirical investigation, he will inevitably engage in negating all perceivable objects and designations, deeming them non-absolute. Okay, so prior to this revelation, I had studied many books by impersonalists expounding the idea of neti neti, a systematic negation of mundane attachments and designations. Now I had found an actual exemplar of it. Sri Guru Padma told me, the ideal you now seek is not your true ideal. I used to think that my Guru Padma's caliber of renunciation was second to none, but that his erudition was somewhat lacking. He pulverized my pride and my book knowledge by the mallet of his mercy, and made me understand that my topmost ideal was in fact the most despicable. When these words of his entered my ears, when I received his mercy, my tiny brain did not have the strength to hold that divine knowledge. He had given an opportunity to a fool and a know-it-all like me to hear such a profound matter. My Guru Padma never became involved in any matter of this world, but he pretended to bestow his mercy upon an unqualified person like me. The renunciation of the world's most renounced personalities cannot compare to even a tiny fraction of 100th part of his renunciation. Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhu's renunciation was fully manifest in my Prabhu. If the account of his life is published in the world, if my Guru Varga and Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada here refers to his disciples as his Guru Varga. So, if the account of his life is published in the world, if my Guru Varga publishes an account of his transcendental life in simple language and propagates it everywhere, then the entire world will be vastly benefited. My Guru Padma did not only say that one should give up wealth and women. Rather, he instructed that even the urge to portray oneself as a great saint must be renounced. He was a Bhagavat Paramahamsa. Open your eyes. People say that today is the disappearance day of my Guru Padma. However, I consider that today is his appearance day, and that I may worship him for eternity by glorifying him with 1,000,000 mouths and 1,000,000 of other senses. Compelled by compassion, my Shri Guru Padma has appeared in this world to bestow upon me by the collyrium of knowledge the divine realization that I am the servant of Nandan Nandan. Due to my ignorance, I had come to believe that enjoying the objects of the senses was my duty and purpose in life. Thus, I had completely lost sight of my real duty. But my Shri Guru Padma has appeared in this world to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Unable to see that supreme object, which is impossible to see with these eyes that simply obstruct what I'm meant to behold in my sight eternally, and unable to see that supreme object, which is the only thing worth seeing. All I can see is the sensual veil that covers my eyes. Thus, all I see is sense gratification within this transient world. However, Shri Guru Padma removes the veil from my eyes and grants me true sight by divine knowledge. He pulls away the veil that covers my eyes, slightly parts my eyelids, and instructs me. Open your eyes and look. For so long I thought I could see with my eyes shut. So I am abandoning my pride and offering namaskar to Shri Guru Padma. This indeed is the ingredient, this is the argya of my worship. The act of renouncing the arrogant conception that I am the seer and enjoyer is called namaskar. When I was nurturing the misconception that I am the doer, Shri Guru Padma opened my eyes and dismissed my notions of reality, which were improperly conceived. Driven by some other knowledge, I was following the blind. Guru Padma made me realize that I must not follow the blind, that I must follow Shri Guru Padma, who is possessed of divine vision, and that to worship Shri Guru Padma was my duty. Service to Shri Guru Padma is the real activity of my being. By Guru Padma's grace, I have developed the conviction that service to him is my one and only duty, and this is, in fact, the real activity of my being. And after having darshan of Guru Padma, the conviction that there is any necessity of doing something other than serving him was totally dispelled. Just to rescue me from the clutches of arrogance, Bhagavan's beloved servant, his most cherished companion, revealed to me eternal service to Nanda Nandan, for he was overwhelmed by compassion. Only then could I understand that in relation to the living entity's true identity, there is no duty and no source of auspiciousness apart from satisfying the senses of Nandan. The son of Nanda is the sole object of the living entity's spiritual practice, and attaining him is the one and only goal. And Sri Guru Padma is Nanda Nandan's very dearly beloved. Service to that Guru Padma cannot be performed by inept persons like me, not by my body, not by minds, not by words, and not by any other type of instrument. However, Sri Guru Padma infuses me with potency and looks at me with loving eyes. Perhaps if I can obtain his grace, then by his causeless heartfelt mercy, I may achieve the qualification to serve him. I am not speaking theoretically. The day Sri Guru Padma placed his lotus feet, which are unattainable even for demigods, upon the head of such an undeserving person as me, and bathed me in their dust, was the day I was first able to understand what my supreme auspiciousness was. A spiritual master such as Sri Guru Padma wields the power to give service to the Supreme. May I have the ability to assimilate that awesome mercy. From that day, I certainly sought to receive such incomparable auspiciousness from Sri Guru Padma. Sri Guru Padma is an exclusive servant of the Lord. If I cannot obtain his mercy, if I cannot obtain divine knowledge, then I will not even be able to comprehend the glory of Guru Padma. Sri Guru Padma is eternal. May I not be bereft of his company for even a moment. Within even a moment of time, my bond with Guru Padma can be broken. So may I never abandon Guru Padma for even 1/11th of a second, enticed by some mundane temptation. May I never cheat myself of my connection to Guru Padma on account of heeding useless advice from worldly people who are fully averse to him. Sri Guru Padma can protect me from all these deceptive perils. So at the beginning of every year, of every month, of every day, and of every moment, it is my duty to worship that Sri Guru Padma. My Gurudev is present in various forms. If he did not exist in so many forms, then who would protect me? It's very interesting, huh? My Gurudev is present in various forms. If he did not exist in so many forms, then who would protect me? Those whom my Gurudev took to be his own are my saviors. But as for those who blaspheme my Guru Padma, or anyone who gives shelter to those who blaspheme him, may those inauspicious wretches never cross the path of my vision. At every moment, he draws me to his lotus feet to keep me there. The moment I stray from Guru Padma, the moment I forget Guru Padma, is the moment I verily fall from truth. If I do not remember Guru Padma on the onset of every year, month, day, and moment, I will surely meet with more and more peril. I will desire to be Guru and will adopt the wicked mentality that others ought to call me Guru and worship me. Thus, I will have succumbed to meaningless infatuations, Ditya Abhinivesh. So it should not be that I came to perform Guru Puja today. It should be that at every moment we are engaging in an eternal Guru Puja. This is translated from Nikata Kala Varti Chara Rupanuga Vaishnavacharya, exalted Rupanuga Vaishnavacharyas of present times. This is compiled, translated, and edited by Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and originally published in the Weekly Gaudiya, published in Rays of the Harmonists, 2011 Vyas Puja edition. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj ki Jai. All right, so it's now 7:40. I think we have like another half hour to read. I'll go 10 minutes over time. As a powerful article though, isn't it? Sajjan Maharaj is saying ambrosial. Yes. That's the way to really glorify Shri Guru. No one can glorify like Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Okay, so now what shall we read now? I haven't chosen anything yet. So let's see. Let's see what's on vcbani.com. On my YouTube channel, I read the full book by Śrīla Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. What is it? Volcanic Energy. And I have a playlist there if anybody wants to. This book here, Volcanic Energy. We read the whole thing, and the playlist is on YouTube. Okay, let's see what. Okay, this one isn't so long, so let's read this. I'm going to put it on a Word doc. This is the introduction written by Śrīla Bhakti Goswami Maharaj for the songbook. Just translating it, getting it ready for. We're going to publish it in the new Gaudiya Giti Guj. Okay. Okay, there. That's better. Shishimad Bhakti Dayita. One second, let me just. I just need to spit or blow my nose 1 second. Okay. Shishimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj. Okay. November 12th, 2024 is the appearance day of the founder Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, Shishimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj, the beloved spiritual master of Shishimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj. The following is an excerpt from Volcanic Energy, a book published by Śrīla Maharaj about the glories of his Guru Padma. Accepting nothing for himself. Once Guru Maharaj preached in Amritsar, accompanied by 20 devotees, including Shri Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Prasad Puri Maharaj, Shri Ganesham Brahmachari, myself, and a number of our godbrothers. Lala Shri Vashana Das, who was the greatest contributor to the construction of the Shri Durgyana Mandir in Amritsar, had arranged for our accommodation, prasad, and whatever else Guru Maharaj and his party required. He introduced us to a milk vendor and said, "He will provide whatever milk you may require in both the morning and evening." He then introduced us to a grocer and said, whatever you may need, be it rice, pulses, flour, ghee, or anything else, please do not hesitate to ask him. He will provide you with whatever you need. Guru Maharaj later told us in private, "We are bhikshuks, we are mendicants. We should never ask for or accept anything for our own use. In fact, we are sadhus, or persons who are fully dependent upon Sat Vastu Sri Bhagavan, and follow the principle of yatecha labhe santosh, being completely satisfied with whatever comes of its own accord by the desire of Sri Bhagavan. Additionally, tat kripavalokanam, sadhus see his mercy in every situation, and therefore a preaching sadhu should never ask for anything for himself. Above all, a sadhu preacher should not stay in the home of a grihasta. However, if he is circumstantially compelled to stay in the home of a grihasta, he should do so in a most disciplined manner and strictly maintain the Vaishnava etiquette befitting a renunciate. He should remain satisfied with whatever the grihasta devotee provides according to his capacity and of his own sweet will. If, out of extreme necessity, the preaching sadhu should require anything beyond what his grihasta host is capable of providing, he should request money from the bandhari or ashrami, of the mutt before departing on his journey, and purchase whatever is needed with that money. What's the end note say? End note. Okay, yeah, it's just saying what a bandhari and ashrami is. A bandhari is a person who collects and stores all the ingredients necessary for serving Sri Bhagavan and his devotees, and also manages the affairs of the mutt or ashram. So yeah, if out of extreme necessity the preaching sadhu should require anything beyond what his grihasta host is capable of providing, he should request money from the bandhari or ashrami of the mutt before departing on his journey and purchase whatever is needed with that money. He should remain fervently careful that others do not find his activities to be objectionable or disgraceful. Therefore, ask neither the milk vendor nor the grocer for anything. All that we need will become available by the mercy of Sri Guru, Vaishnavas, and Bhagavan. If any of you need anything additional, then you can ask me for the money to purchase it. Although our host has told us to ask for whatever we desire, still I will feel great shame if anyone accepts anything for his own use. Following Guru Maharaj's order, none of us asked for anything from either the milk vendor or the grocer. But when the milk vendor became increasingly insistent, we agreed to daily accept 5 liters of milk. Lala Shri Vishana Das, however, instructed the milk vendor to forcibly give us 20 liters. When Guru Maharaj came to know we were accepting 20 liters of milk a day, he chastised us. When we informed Guru Maharaj that we asked for nothing, but rather Lala Shri Vishana Das instructed the milk vendor to give us 20 liters of milk, and Guru Maharaj said, "Okay, fine. Cook kheer daily with that milk, and I will offer it to Thakurji. Every evening, we will distribute that kheer to the audience after Hari Katha." We prepared kheer daily, and Guru Maharaj happily distributed the prasad to the audience every night. After the Amritsar program had concluded, and we continued on to another program at a different location, Lala Shri Vishan Das told others, "The devotees stayed at my place here for 15 days, but I did not incur any costs. First of all, they did not want to take anything. Then even when I offered, they would not accept anything. When finally I forcibly gave them something, they distributed it to everyone. They are truly uninterested in accepting anything for themselves, whether for immediate or later use. Many other visiting sadhus often ask for us to provide them with supplies for their journey. But Sri Madhav Maharaj and his traveling sadhus were uninterested in accepting supplies for themselves, even while they were staying here. What then can be said of their interest in collecting things to take with them?" When Guru Maharaj manifested his disappearance pastime, Lala Shri Vishwanadas published an article in a local Amritsar newspaper informing all about Guru Maharaj's physical disappearance from this world. He wrote, "Throughout my lifetime, I have received darshan of many sadhus who have visited Amritsar to speak Harikatha and perform kirtan. But despite their best efforts, none of them could hide their faults from my astute perceptiveness. Sri Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj was the only great soul who exhibited an absolutely spotless Vedaga, a spotless character, during his visit in Amritsar. He was, in the truest sense, a sadhu. What to speak of me? Even the most wicked of persons would be unable to detect any fault in his divine character." Sri Murari Lal Vasudev of Punjab National Bank used to accompany Lala Shri Vishan Das to hear Guru Maharaj's Harikatha and Kirtan. He, along with his 4 sons, had personally served Guru Maharaj and observed his conduct very closely. After Guru Maharaj entered a Prakrita Leela, Sri Raghunath Das, one of the sons of Sri Murari Lal Vasudev, moved to Mumbai. There he invited some preaching devotees to visit his home for some days. As soon as the devotees entered his house, a few of them demanded a few items, including 24 bars of Dove brand soap. Sri Raghunath Das then phoned my godbrother, Sri Bhakti Prasad Puri Maharaj, and asked, "Maharajji, please confirm whether or not these preachers have been sent by Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math. Perhaps they are independently traveling here and there to fulfill their own selfish motives in the name of preaching and helping the whole world find welfare." Sri Puri Maharaj asked, "What makes you suspect they have not been? What makes you suspect that they have not been sent by Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math?" Sri Raghunath Das replied, "When our respected Guru Maharaj Ji, Sri Srimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj, came to Amritsar, all the brahmacharis and sannyasis accompanying him never accepted anything for themselves, even after being requested many times. Instead, they always insisted they required nothing. But the devotees visiting my home today have deceitfully presented themselves as penniless and have presented a long list of demands. Their instructing tone smacks of self-righteousness and implies they feel themselves to be doing us a great favor by staying with us." Sri Bhakti Prasad Puri Maharaj then chastised the devotees and reminded them of their duty to follow Guru Maharaj's ideal conduct of being an Uttam Sevak, a topmost servant, which is helpful in successfully preaching the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Okay, so now we will we read a little something from Śrīla Bhakti Dayita, Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and now I think it would be nice to read a little something by Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj. Let me see if I can find. Well, let's read something short. I won't read the whole article. Where is? Sorry, my brain is completely not functioning. Can't find the Kindle. There it is. Oh, and Haribo Anandini. Okay. I'll make this bigger. Okay, we'll just read something short. This is in the book by Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Goswami Maharaj, Sri Chaitanya and his associates. And Sajjan Maharaj is saying, Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj glorifies sweetly. Okay, maybe we could read that as well. Let's recite the pranam mantras for Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Goswami Maharaj. So, yeah, you can look at the screen if you're listening to this, if you're able to, if you're not driving or something, you can look at the screen and recite with me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Rupanuga Priyaya Cha Srimate Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Namine. Obeisances to Om Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Goswami Maharaj, the one who is dear to the followers of Rupa Goswami. Krishna Bhinna Prakasha Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Kshama Gunavataraya Gurave Prabhave Namaha. Obeisances to you, the spiritual guide, the non-different manifestation of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, the Redeemer of the fallen souls, and the personification of the quality of forgiveness. Satirtha Priti Sadharma Guru Priti Pradarshine Ishodhyana Prabhavasya Prakashakayate Namaha. Obeisances to you, who by rendering affectionate service to God brothers, you demonstrated your loving attachment to Guru, and who manifested the glory of Ishodhyan at Sri Mayapur. Shri Kshetre Prabhupadasya Stanudhara Sukirtaye Saraswata Ganananda Samvardhanayate Namaha. Obeisances to you, who increase the joy of those devoted to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur by recovering his birthplace in Puri, for which you are justly renowned. Shri Bhakti Daitang Nama Charyavaryam Jagar Gurum Vande Shri Madhavam Deva Goswami Pravaram Prabhum. I worship my Lord, Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Goswami Maharaj, teacher of the holy name and spiritual master to the universe. I think I'm just going to read this first part because it's already 8 o'clock. And this chapter, it's telling me in this Kindle book, this chapter, if we read the full chapter, it would take us 2 hours, 33 minutes. So yes, we'll just read this first part, Appearance of Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Goswami Maharaj. 10th in the preceptorial line from Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Paramahansa Pari Rajakacharya, Om Ashtatara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj, Vishnupad, the dear associate of Prabhupada Ashtatarashata Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, who is the founder of the Chaitanya Math and the Gaudiya Maths throughout the world. Srimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj was himself the founder of the Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math throughout India, and my own spiritual master. He appeared in this world at 8 a.m. on Friday, Agrahayan 3, or November 18th, 1904, Uttana Ekadashi, in the village of Kanchanapada, in the Madaripur subdivision of the Faridpur district in East Bengal. Uttana Ekadashi is the tithi which marks the end of the Chaturmasya period, when Lord Vishnu performs the pastimes of waking up from his 4-month-long sleep. It is thus a day that brings joy and auspiciousness to the world. Similarly, the appearance on that tithi of the most compassionate, dear associate of Lord Hari, our most worshipable Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj, had the effect of bringing joy and good fortune to the world's conditioned souls who are suffering from the threefold miseries. It is also significant that our Parameshti Guru, the avatar of extreme renunciation, Paramahansa Vaishnava Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj, entered the eternal pastimes on this same tithi. Man, I really want to read more of this, but I think I'm not going to because it's already 8 o'clock. And this article will take us 2 hours, 30 minutes to read. So, but let's see. Shripad Sajan Maharaj is mentioning Śrīla Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. I think that will be shorter. So maybe we can read that. I mean, that will be, usually his clarifications are pretty short. I'm guessing it is in this book here, Volcanic Energy. Let's see. Maybe it's in My Beloved Masters. That's probably where it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's open up My Beloved Masters. Or is it this one? Maybe it's this one that Maharaj is referring to. This is a report. Let's see. Okay, this is short. Okay, so these are, even though it's Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj's appearance day, these are some things written by his godbrothers for on the occasion of his disappearance day. So the first is the nectarian joy of meeting while in separation by Srimad Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. My heart has become spontaneously stricken with deep grief due to being deprived of the direct association and audience of my most beloved friend and the most prominent of my fellow godbrothers, Shripad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Maharaj, who is the foremost associate of Srila Prabhupada and the recipient of Srila Prabhupada's special affection. Sri Madhav Maharaj was the divine personification of extraordinary service, or to quote Srila Prabhupada, the foremost servant whose energy is volcanic. It is only because of his adamant, most painstaking and sincere efforts that he could overcome numerous obstacles and succeed in providing us all with this fortunate opportunity to serve Srila Prabhupada by honoring his appearance day in this most transcendently sacred temple, the very site of Srila Prabhupada's appearance in this world. Although Sri Madhav Maharaj remains far away from the vision of ordinary persons, he continues to provide his association in the form of this service, unbeknownst to such externally minded individuals. Being deprived of his direct association, my heart is stricken with grief. Yet during today's great ceremonial festivities, I am gradually able to recognize his presence in the great efforts and services being rendered by his most qualified and beloved followers today, and am thus relishing the indescribable nectarian joy of meeting while remaining immersed in the experience of separation. For this experience, I am deeply grateful. So those are some excerpts from an article published in Chaitanya Vani, February 1980. The staunch follower of Srila Prabhupada's principles. And this is written by Srimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj. Although Sripad Madhav Maharaj was my younger godbrother, I observed that he was adorned with all transcendental qualities. I accepted the renounced order of life in 1924. At that time, Sripad Madhav Maharaj was a brahmachari. Our Gurudev had given him the name Sri Hayagriva Brahmachari. India at that time was under British rule, and so the method of preaching was somewhat different. In fact, after the disappearance of Sriman Mahaprabhu and his associates like the six Goswamis, Sri Nartham Thakur, Sri Shamanandaru, and Srinivasacharya, and all other prominent acharyas, the Vaishnava world faced an era full of darkness. During that period, my Gurudev, an eternally realized associate of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Personality, Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, appeared in this world to establish the principles of Dharma and to reveal to the whole world the true identity of pure devotional service as practiced and preached by Sriman Mahaprabhu, an impossible task for common persons. In his Navadvip pastimes, Sriman Mahaprabhu manifested his pastime of delivering the living entities by propagating Harinam Sankirtan Dharma, the universal activity prescribed for this age of Kali Yuga. Moreover, he appeared and distributed to everyone something that was never offered in any previous age by anyone. His very own mood of devotional service and topmost possession, the most elevated, brilliant Madhur Prem, our devotional service in the mood of conjugal love. Due to the influence of this age of quarrel, the sweetness of Raj Prem described by Sriman Mahaprabhu and the Goswamis was being presented to society in a distorted manner by various concocted religious institutions. One Vaishnava has identified 13 of such institutions or upasampadayas as follows. Aul Baal Karta Bhaja Nera Daravesh Sai Sahajya Saki Beki Smartha Jata Goshai. Ativari Churadhari Goranga Nagari Tota Kohe E Terara Shanga Nahi Kori. At the time, the educated community considered Vaishnav Dharma to belong to the uneducated and immoral. Amid such a dark state of affairs, Srila Prabhupada fearlessly spoke the real truth of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Although he faced great difficulties and impediments, he boldly refuted all of the prevalent misconceptions about the principles of pure devotional service and established in this world the glories of pure bhakti as practiced and preached by Sriman Mahaprabhu. Such an act cannot be accomplished by ordinary persons with ordinary power. By transmitting power in his disciples, Srila Prabhupada preaches throughout the whole world the unprecedented glories of Sriman Mahaprabhu's pure Prem Dharma. I was introduced to Sripad Madhav Maharaj while engaged in such preaching service. Upon seeing Sripad Madhav Maharaj's unshakable passion and limitless capacity for preaching the message of Sriman Mahaprabhu, I felt proud to have him as my godbrother. Unprecedented was the way he boldly and fearlessly preached the truth through his ever-smiling face, his spotless character, his readiness to sacrifice his own life for the service of Guru, and his adopting the most ideal life principles without deviating so much as an inch from the principles of bhakti as taught by Srila Prabhupada. No one can sever the eternal relationship we have with Srila Prabhupada as his disciples. The mutual relationship between God brothers is eternal, because ultimately our goal is to always remain under the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Guru. I request the disciples of Sripad Madhav Maharaj to relinquish all duplicity and follow the ideal principles of their Gurudev. Sri Bhagavan never pardons a hypocritical person, and there is no place for duplicity or violence in the kingdom of Prem. It is only when we sincerely honor and respect the words of Sri Gurudev, and preach by imbibing his instructions in our own conduct that we are able to receive his blessings. This is an excerpt from an article published in Sri Chaitanya Vani, February 1979. I just want to see how long this one by Śrīla Bhakti Gosvāmī Maharaj is. Oh wow, this one is quite long. Yeah, this one's very long actually. So let's just read the beginning of it. Yeah, because I don't want to go too late. Let me just open it up here. Okay. Okay, so the founder Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math enters Nitya Lila by Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. At 9 o'clock in the morning on Shukla Pratipada Titi, on the 16th day of the month of Govinda, according to the Gaurapta calendar, that's Tuesday, 27 February 1979, according to the Gregorian calendar. On the auspicious disappearance day of Vaishnav Sarvabhauma, Śrīla Jagannath dāsa Bābājī Maharaj, and Sri Śrīla Rasikananda Deva Goswami, the founder and president Acharya of Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, an institution with branches across the country, the most respected Tridandi Swami, Sri Srimad Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj, concluded his pastimes in this world while in his Bhajan Kutir in Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, situated at 35 Satish G. Mukherjee Road in South Kolkata, amidst the tumultuous chanting of the holy names of Bhagavan. He entered into the third yam, or forenoon pastimes, of the Ashtakaliya Lila of Shri Shri Radha Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Nayananath, with a desire to meet Sri Shamasundar at Sri Radhakund at noon. Identifying himself as a servant of Sri Varshabhanavi Dayita Das, he has most eagerly entered into the eternal service of his Gurudev. Although it is a matter of great joy that he has attained the eternal service of his most worshipful Sri Sri Radha Govinda in their transcendental abode, Sri Goloka Vrindavan, which is situated far beyond this illusory material world, still the pain and spiritual loss felt in the hearts of his beloved associates and followers due to his physical absence is extremely unbearable. His godbrothers, his countless disciples, both ladies and men, and all the ladies and the gentlemen who are attracted to his divine qualities today are realizing themselves to be completely helpless and without a shelter. Thus they cry bitterly. His most enchanting divine lotus face, his peaceful, soft, and pleasing bright complexion, which sparkled like gold, and his extremely soft body, which was just like a lotus, befit his unlimitedly compassionate heart, which was completely full of egalitarian kindness for all. His divinely benevolent character was completely devoid of the concept of mine and yours. He truly embodied the phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that the world is one family. His sweet voice, which sounded as if it were submerged in honey, was ripe with true love and affection. He was insurmountably passionate in preaching the principles of pure devotional service to Shishi Guru Gauranga, and his efforts to that end were untiring. He was unceasingly affectionate to his fellow godbrothers, and he possessed a strong parental love for his disciples. Sri Maharaja's expertise in refuting misconceptions about the path of bhakti was extraordinary, as was his ability to establish the actual principles of bhakti, which are based on the authentic scriptures. He energetically excavated the lost places of pilgrimage, propagated the importance of following Vaishnava etiquette, manifested the service of deities by establishing many mats, yearly organized Sri Navadip Parikrama and triennially organized Sri Vrajamandal Parikrama. He was capable of drawing out the jewel-like essence of any subject by churning the ocean of the scriptures. And what is more, he virtuously preached those teachings by imbibing them in his personal conduct. His attachment to Bhagavad Bhajan was astonishing. His tolerance and humility were exemplary. He considered himself as worthless, even though he possessed the most desirable qualities in terms of family background, conduct, knowledge, and intelligence. Despite possessing these qualities, he was completely devoid of pride. He was enthusiastic to distribute the Prem Dharma of Sri Chaitanya Dev everywhere, without considering the caste or creed of those to whom he was distributing it. He desired to assist every living entity in attaining his or her eternal spiritual welfare. He was completely devoid of any desire for worldly gain, recognition, or fame. He possessed sincere faith in rendering service to Sri Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. These are but a few of his countless divine qualities. As these qualities appear one by one in the consciousness of the devotees, who now feel themselves bereft of his association, the agony of their separation from him is exponentially increased in the core of their hearts. Okay, I'm going to end here. That seems like a good. But yeah, if anybody wants to continue reading this article by Śrīla Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, you can find it at the end of the book Volcanic Energy. And this book, Volcanic Energy, as well as my beloved masters, is available on the Vishuddha Chaitanya Vani website. Where is it? You just type in vcvani.com and you'll find all these books, free downloads of all these books. Okay, so that's our program for today. I'll just do a short Mahamantra and yeah, and we'll end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Bhakti Dayita Śrīla Mādhava Gosvāmī, Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī. Jaya Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj. Jaya Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj. Jaya Swab Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Giridhari, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Param Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Swaparshad Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Dayita Mādhava Gosvāmī Maharaj ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Avirbhav Titi ki Jai. Jai. And all of his um God brothers and followers ki Jai. Especially Śrīla Bhakti Dayita. Sorry, especially Śrīla Bhakti Vigyam Bharati Goswami Maharaj and Śrīla Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Śrīla sorry, my mind's Jai Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Mahabhagavat Śrīla Gaura-kiśora dāsa Bābājī Maharaj ki Jai. Tadiya Shubha Tirobhav Titi ki Jai. Jai Jai Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai. Śrīla Jagannath Das Bābājī Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Swaparshad Ji Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana ki Jai. Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Shri Uttana Ekadashi Titi ki Jai. Jai Shri Kartik Vrat Niyam Seva ki Jai. Urja Vrat ki Jai. Urjeshwari Raseshwari Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Jai Shri Bhishma Panchak ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyashcha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, Yugal Kishore Kishori Didi, Yashoda Didi, Nri Hari Prabhu Bhavatarani Mataji, Kana Haladar, and Gokuleshwari Didi. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook, I see there are 7 devotees there watching. I only see the name. I only know 2 people who are there though, because it only gives me the number. It doesn't actually give me the names of the people joining. So I can only see the names of those who write comments. But Dandavat pranams, Shripad Bhaktivedanta Sajan Maharaj. Feel very blessed that you're joining us, that you joined us today. And also thanks for the suggestion about the Śrīla Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj article. And Anandini Didi, Haribo, Jai Shri Radhe. All right. And to all the other devotees, the 5 other devotees, I don't know who's all there. Maybe Indira Mataji, I'm guessing, and others. Dandavat pranams. All right, so what's coming up in our calendar? Tomorrow, I think tomorrow we will continue with, let's see, I'm just bringing it up here. Tomorrow is just paran. Okay, the day after tomorrow is the appearance day of Śrīla Bhakti Suhrid Kinchana Maharaj. I actually don't know who that is. And also it is the 25th disappearance day of Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Day after tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we will continue our Bhakti Vinod Dasha, our, what is it called? The Swaniyam Dashakam program. We'll go through the next verse, I think verse 10. Oh, I think we're going to be finishing it like really soon. No, verse 9, I think. And then the day after tomorrow, we'll read about Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. And then the day after that is Haimantaki Rasayatra of Shishi Radha Krishna. It's the last day of Kartik. Well, for those who are, in Chaitanya Mat or Chaitanya Gaudiya Mat and some other mats, today is the last day of Kartik. But for those who are disciples and followers, followers of Śrīla Bhakti Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, my Param Gurudev, we end our vrat on Purnima. So And then the day after that, my God, we'll only have 3 more readings. And then I will be on a train to Navadip. The day after Kartik on Purnima, I'll be leaving early in the morning on a train. And so then there'll be and I'll be leaving early in the morning. Oh, actually, I might be able to do a reading that day. I think we're leaving at 7:30. Maybe I won't be able to redo it. I don't know. We'll see. But then I'll be on a train one day, and then as soon as I arrive in Navadip, we will start a new program because we'll be finished with the with the what is it? Svaniyam Dashakam very soon. So I think the new program we will start after Kartik is we'll restart the Bhakti Vinoda Kiti Thada program. I think that's what we'll do. All right. Thank you so much for joining, everybody.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
For Bhishma Panchaka, like, is it Ekadashi for all 5 days, or just like
No.
the Ekadashi day is Ekadashi and then regular food, but observe the last month of Kartik?
Yes. And with Bhishma, yeah, only Ekadashi today, and then you break your fast the next day. And Bhishma Panchak is you want to see let's see what my Gurudev says about Bhishma Panchak really quick. Right, where is it? I'm just opening it here. Let's go to purebhakti.com. Let's see, what does Śrīla Gurudev say about Bhishma Panchak? I think everything, if you've made any mistakes, like in your Kartik Vrat. I'll type in Bhishma Panchak and search here. Bhishma Panchak. Let's see what comes up. I can bring it up here in folio. We'll find it here. Okay, sorry, just 1 second. Here, I got it up here. Bhishma Panchak. Oh, there's nothing in it. And that's interesting. Anyhow, yeah, if anybody knows any more about Bhishma Panchak, but I think like I might be getting it wrong, but this is just yeah, you can let me know if I'm getting it wrong. But Bhishma, I think it's kind of a similar story with with Pandava Nirjala Kadashi. But Bhishma, he's known as being a voracious eater. Actually, that's one of his names is Vrikodhar. He has a fearsome belly. He can just eat like ginormous, like crazy amounts. He has a huge appetite. And so it wasn't possible for him to follow all of Kartik Vrat. And so then a concession was made for Bhishma to, okay, you don't need to follow Kartik Vrat for the whole month, but you can just follow for the last 5 days. Let me know if I got that wrong. That's just I don't know. I think that's what it is. And so then, but it's also said on Bhishma Panchak that you get even a greater result for everything that you do throughout Bhishma Panchak. And I don't know.
Prabhuji,
yes.
You mentioned Bhima, but it's Bhishma Panchak, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I am totally wrong. Yes, it's Bhishma Panchak. Do you know, Narihari Prabhu, I was totally wrong. Okay, everything I just said now, completely
forget about it.
I was just making that up. Narihari Prabhu, do you know what the significance of Bhishma Panchak is?
All I remember that your Guru Maharaj told us that if you cannot follow the Uttararat and Kartik, at least the 5 days of Bhishma are very important. If you cannot follow that, he said, just one day, that Purnim day will suffice to give you the credit for it. That's as far as I can remember. Now, why Bhishma? That would be interesting. Maybe Sajan Maharaj might know a little more information on it. It was
And
the
this-
last 5 days of his, as he was on the bed of arrows in Kurukshetra. Maybe these are the last 5 days.
Oh, maybe that's when that happened. Okay.
Maybe that's when it happened. But correct me, any of you if I'm mistaken. But that's as far as I know, is that they're very, very important days by which we can, if we couldn't follow this Kartik, then that will be sufficient.
Okay.
Oh, you just left the towels and I missed it.
Sorry for my ignorance on.
No problem. I mean, I don't know anything either, so
I couldn't find articles on that, and it's got to be there.
Taking a walk.
I just did a quick Google search, and it says the fasting austerities for the 5 last days of Kartik Damodar Vrat are known as Bhishma Panchak Vrat. Grandfather Bhishma fasted for these 5 days, preparing to give up his life. However, one observes Kartik Vrat, he should intensify it for the last 5 days. If someone observes this fast, he is considered to have observed all other fasts, because it is greatly meritorious and frees one from great sins. And then there's this verse from, I think from Hari Bhakti Vilas, maybe? It says, anyways, it gives the verse, and then the translation is, if one is capable, the Bhishma Panchak vow will be observed for the sake of love of God for the 5 days from the 11th day of the bright lunar fortnight in Kartik up to the full moon day. The fast should begin by remembering Bhishma Dev on Ekadashi day and should end on Purnima. One should worship Lord Krishna on all days. The significance of this Vrat is given in the Vrat Khanda Kartik Mahatma of the Padma Puran, Hari Bhakti Vilas, the Skanda Puran, and Vishnu Rahasya and Garuda Puran. Lord Shiva said that the Supreme Lord himself has given these 5 days to Bhishma, and it is therefore called the 5 days of Bhishma, or Bhishma Panchak. This fast on these last 5 days of the light part of Kartik was previously performed by Vasishta, Bhrigu, Garga, etc. in Satyuga. Ambarish Maharaj performed this fast and gave up all of his royal happiness in Treta Yuga. Celebrated Brahmins perform this fast with chanting of japa, performance of sacrifices according to scriptural rules and regulations. So do Kshatriyas and Vaishyas who are following truthfulness and cleanliness. This 5-day fast is difficult for those who are hypocrites and not serious. Anyways, and then it gives all these details of like what you do on all these days. But this might be like smarter rules. But anyhow, interesting. So it seems, what you were saying, Nri Hari Prabhu, these were the 5 days that Bhishma fasted when he's preparing to give up his life. I mean, leave his body, or finish up his pastimes. That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Dandavat Pranams, everybody, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Jai Ho, thank you, Prabhu. Jai Shri
Thank you.
Radhe.